What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel for another tactical collaboration with the infamous GYRFM. As you can probably tell by the title and of the thumbnail, this is the inevitable 4-3-3. Gareth has labelled this as the Thanos tactic, and it is one of the most popular tactics that we've got out there. In the most recent streamer showdown, both RDF and Holly Plays, who dominated the competition for the most part, were running 4-3-3s. This is one of the most popular formations in FM22. So if you do like the tactical stuff on the channel, drop a like on it down below. Subscribe to the channel as well whilst you're down there, and also go into the description, go out and check out Gareth, because he is a beast at putting out these unbelievable tactics. All of his links will be in the description. Without any further ado, let's dive in and review this tactic. So guys, kicking things off, we have tested this with a magnitude of teams. First and foremost, we are in Spain. We are talking about Sevilla, who have won La Liga relatively comfortably as well. 5 points ahead of Real Madrid. Barcelona nowhere in sight. Lots of goals, 17 goals for 𝘼𝙗𝙗 𝙗𝙪, who was the best player in this squad by a country mile. 17 goals for him, 8 assists as well. But also, not only did they win the league, semi-finalists in the Champions League for Sevilla. They were knocked out eventually by PSG. 8-5 on aggregate, so an absolute carnage game there. But obviously we know how good PSG can be in this year's game, and then obviously knocked out in the third round of the Copa del Rey by Barcelona. So that one was a 3-2 loss. But again, against Barcelona. Pretty dominant in this league campaign, though. If we go onto the home screen, 20 goals in all comps for 𝘼𝙗𝙗 𝙗𝙪, 10 assists as well. So 30 goal contributions from a midfielder is huge. And in terms of the goals scored and stuff like that, the best goals scored, the best goals conceded in the league. As we've said, this is a very, very good formation. We've tested it in a couple of different countries as well. So let's head over to Holland and see how the test got on there. Hup, Holland, hup. We are now in Feyenoord with the second test of this video, and they have dominated the league. And when I said Sevilla dominated the league, they won by 5 points. Not Feyenoord. They won the league by a absolutely mind-blowing 11 points, especially considering they are in a division with Ajax and PSV. So they've done very, very well here. Knocked out in the league qualifying. That's a very disappointing result, to be perfectly honest, in the Europa Conference League. But again, at that stage of the season, the team is still learning this tactic. So you can see they've got through a little bit here, and then they've lost on penalties in a game that they probably shouldn't have done. But as you can see, the team is still learning the tactic. Even then, absolutely annihilates the league. Yeah, okay, they lose to Ajax in the quarterfinals of the cup, and they lose to Ajax in the league, and they lose to PSV, but they beat everybody else pretty much. Their record in the Eredivisie, very, very good. If we expand this so that you can see all of the stages, there you go. That is the full table. 29 victories, 3 draws, 2 losses, 96 goals scored, and just 20 conceded. As I said, absolute beast of a tactic. As I said, we tried this on the continent. Let's have a look in England. First stop on the tour of England is Sunderland. The Black Cats won Sky Bet League One with 104 points, which is absolutely staggering. 100 plus points in any of these divisions is ridiculous. So to do it and get 100 points, they were pipped. They pipped Ipswich pretty close there by a point. 103 points for Ipswich as well. So they did very, very well. But winning the league relatively comfortably. Sunderland fans would love this. Finally out of League One again, and hopefully starting to look back up. 35 goals for Jermaine Defoe in the league, which, having done the winter update, Jermaine Defoe at Sunderland in League One is a little bit of a cheat code. Yeah, okay, he doesn't necessarily have all the physicals, but everything else is absolutely brilliant, and Jermaine Defoe is a little bit of a beast. Third round in the FA Cup against Luton, but they did get to the third round, so there is that potential for a big tie. Didn't necessarily happen. Knocked out in the fourth round of the Carabao by Leeds United, and the semi-finals of the Papa John's Trophy by Liverpool's under-23s. When you click on this, there could be anybody coming up here. You could have your Curtis Jones, your Harvey Elliott's, you could have all of that sort of stuff. Not necessarily here, but yeah, Adrian in goal is still definitely not a under-23s player. Harvey Elliott there playing in central midfield. You can see why this team potentially lost to Liverpool. We're staying in League One now for another test, and this is maybe a little bit of a snapshot into this weekend's rebuild. So if you like the rebuild content, please do skip over this section, because this is very much a spoiler for this weekend's rebuild. We are rebuilding Bolton Wanderers, a 10-year rebuild to see how far we can take Bolton, and we've started with this tactic. Now, you know what I'm like, I like to show off these GYRFM tactics in the rebuilds as well to shine a little bit of a light on them, but this has done so well. Bolton, predicted to finish 10th at the start of the season, have won the league again. Not as many points as Sunderland, 94 points for them, but they win the league, as you can see on screen, absolutely smashing it, beating Sunderland to the title, Rotherham, Portsmouth, Ipswich and Wigan rounding out that league. And Bolton, I can assure you, are a horrendous team to test stuff with. If we go on this season preview, 10-3, it says we're predicted to finish 3rd. I hate when this does this. At the start of the season, they're predicted to finish 10th. Where is it? Yeah, there you go. Media prediction 10th on the Trotters, and they absolutely dominated the league and got themselves back into the championship. 29 victories, 7 draws, 10 losses, 98 goals scored, 56 goals conceded, and this defence is not necessarily the best in the division by a long chalk. We've got one more stop on this tour. We're going to Liverpool. The thumbnail has Jurgen Klopp's head on Thanos' body, so we had to test this one with Liverpool. Let's dive into that one now. Right then, final stop on the tour then is Liverpool at Anfield. They are an absolute powerhouse in this year's FM. We all know about them, but that's why it makes it interesting to test to see if they do win all the trophies on offer. And they did. They won absolutely everything. This is the competition screen. They are Carabao Cup winners in the final, beating Manchester City 3-2. They are Emirates FA Cup winners, beating Newcastle United 4-1 in that final. They are Champions League winners, beating Dortmund in that final 2-1, and absolutely blitzed the Premier League. 98 points, 101 goal difference is brilliant. Only 2 losses throughout the course of the season, Everton and Leicester. 5 draws as well, Man City, West Ham, Everton, Chelsea and Manchester United. 25 goals in the league for Mo Salah. Again, very impressive. If we expand this Premier League and look at all the stages, 116 goals scored and only 15 goals conceded. Look how powerful this 4-3-3 can be with a very good defense. Like, obviously I know Alisson, Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson, etc. They are a phenomenal level of talent. Get that sort of similar level of your talent in your team using this formation. Simples. Absolutely simples. If we go on the home screen, 36 goals for Mo Salah in all competitions. Trent was the highest average rating and also picked up 17 assists from right back, and 10 man of the match awards for Trent Alexander-Arnold. So then, the moment you're all here for, we are ready to break down this tactic. This is the GYRFM Thanos 4-3-3. If you're on PC or Mac, there is a download link in the description which will take you to the FM Scout website where you can download this tactic for free and just plug it into your tactics section and then just import everything straight away. You don't need to do anything else. If you are on Xbox or anything like that, please do follow along with these steps. I'm going to go through this step by step so you can see all the roles, all the instructions, so you can make it exactly as Gareth intended. So, starting off with the positions, we're going to do a quick pick so you can kind of see who fits in these spots based on the Liverpool team. This is the best available 11 for Liverpool. So a sweeper keeper on defend in goal is Alisson, with the additional instruction of take fewer risks. Now you can add these additional instructions by clicking on the edit button, and then here is take fewer risks. So you press that one to make sure it is outlined in green. You know which ones are these additional instructions, guys, because they come with the white cog and the little red circle next to it. Just so you know what ones come with the role and what ones are additional and you will need to add. In the fullback spot on the right hand side, we have Trent Alexander-Arnold as a fullback on attack with the additional instruction of sit narrower. On the fullback on the left hand side, the same additional instruction, fullback on attack, sit narrower. Then you have 2 centre backs next to each other with the exact same instructions on the pair of them. Let's take a look at Virgil van Dijk. He has the additional instruction as a central defender on defender of take fewer risks and ease off tackles. Again, you don't want to get sucked in too much with this. Then we have a deep lying playmaker, the first man that rock in the midfield, the Fabinho role, with the additional instruction of close down more. Obviously, Fabinho comes with as a deep line playmaker on support, shoot less often, take more risks and hold position. Box-to-box midfielder in that midfield with the additional instruction of dribble less, shoot less often, and tackle harder. Alongside that, you have a Mezzala on attack. Now, a Mezzala is a fantastic role in this year's FM with the additional instruction of tackle harder. On the right hand side, we have Sadio Mane in this particular instance, with the additional instruction of tackle harder on the inside forward on attack duty. Left hand side, the new transfer Luis Diaz, with the additional instructions of tackle harder and shoot less often as the inside forward on support. Then up top, the main man Mo Salah as the advanced forward on attack. No additional instructions on Mo Salah, but that is how this Liverpool team will look. In terms of the tactical style, guys, it doesn't really matter. You can make it up yourself. You can go on clean slate if you want. As long as you follow all the other instructions that I'm going to run through here, you will have the same tactic. Mentality is a positive mentality, and in possession, this is how we are looking. If you need to pause it at any stage to make sure this is perfect, please, please, please do so. We have an attacking width of fairly wide. We are slightly shorter in terms of our passing directness at a higher tempo. We are running at the defense, and we are being more expressive, and the crosses into the final third are mixed crosses. Make sure you have that one selected. In terms of in transition, this is how we're looking. Counter pressing and we are countering once possession has been won, and we are taking short kicks out of the back line. In terms of out of possession, we are a much higher line of engagement and a higher defensive line. We are triggering the press more often, and we are also preventing that short goalkeeper distribution. And I will say, guys, please do pay attention to the tactical familiarity here. As you can see it popping up on the screen, it does take some time to get this tactic down and all your players comfortable with it, regardless of what level you're at. So please do bear in mind, give it a pre-season. Try not to change things in the middle of a season if things aren't going your way. Leave it until the summer, and then start to embed this tactic into your saves. And if you do that, please let me know down in the comments how you do get on with that. I'm always really intrigued to see how you get on with these tactics. And as I said, if you have enjoyed the video, drop a like on it down below, subscribe to the channel, and please do check out GYRFM, whose links are at the top of that description. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you on another one very, very soon.